Hey, what's going on, guys? It is your good friend Matt. We're back again here today at the only place that we always can be, and as you already know, that is Matt's Wrestling Collectibles right here on YouTube. A good morning to all of you, as it is Saturday at the time of this recording. I am going to make this video, and then we're going to catch up on TNA Sacrifice. We're also going to catch up on SmackDown as well. So, looking forward to that after we get done with this video. But today, we are back again for another episode of Let's Talk About It. And we're going to talk about it right now, none other than the baddest woman on the planet, or what was at one time, Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey has recently made a debut, a return to wrestling, if you will, in AEW. And excuse me as I almost threw up right there just saying that. That's how bad it was. But it is just the fact that Ronda has made this return. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about Ronda. They're talking about what's going on here, what's going to happen. Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen. A whole lot of nothing, guys. We saw Ronda come back. This Mira Shafir, whatever, Mira Shakaw. There's so many Miras and Miras and Myras and Chakawas and Shafirs and chauffeurs. I don't know what it is. We're getting picked up in a limo, I guess. But either way, she came back. And she is now back because of her friends. That's what her big thing is with wrestling, apparently. It's all about her friends. It's always the friends. I don't know. It's something to do with that. But anyway, she comes back. Apparently, we're going to have some story with Toni Storm. I don't know exactly how that's going to play out. I guess we'll see how it does as time continues to go on here. But let's talk about this and make this a quick episode of Let's Talk About It. Let's keep this one under 10 minutes because there's not a whole lot to say, right? But here is the deal. May 16th, 17th, 18th, whatever it is, it's a Saturday, it's a Sunday, somewhere in there, Ronda Rousey makes her long-awaited return to the MMA, I don't want to say octagon because she's not going to be in the UFC. She is going to be for fighting for the Jake Paul promotion, MVP promotions, on Netflix, all this stuff that we already know about, right? Well, here's the thing. So she is obviously no stoop. This is all a big marketing scam. Everybody goes, oh my God, I can't believe it. Ronda Rousey back to wrestling. Well, here's exactly what it is. She needs a platform to promote herself on. TKO, WWE, they don't want her. They could sit there and say they do. She could sit there and say, oh, they want me. They don't want you. They're done with you. They already know your act, your style, the way you go about things. And we're going to discuss it right here. So they don't care. They don't want you. She could think that she's hurting them and it's some big draw. You know, maybe Ronda makes money. I'm not going to sit there and say that she doesn't. But at the same time, let's not play like Ronda Rousey is some massive draw that she was when she first stepped into WWE. That has long come and gone, and it's done. So here's exactly where we're at. We're going to get absolutely nothing out of Ronda until at least June, because again, mid-May is when she is going to face Gina Carano. So unless she walks in there and does her typical 7 seconds in, does the flip, grabs the armbar, tap, 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 right? Unless that is the case, unless that's what happens, she's not going to be able to just return to wrestling and start taking bumps the very next day. I highly doubt it. So with all of this being said, we're getting nothing out of her in AEW for the rest of March, for all of April, and probably all of May. Can she make an appearance? Can she talk? Can she speak? Of course. But she's not going to risk taking any bumps when she's actually going to get into a real fight. And even still with that, I don't even think it's going to be a real fight, guys, because at the end of the day, and I don't say this to try to be rude to Gina Carano, because Gina's a pioneer of the women's MMA, and obviously I'm a huge fan of UFC, MMA, boxing, the RAF, wrestling. I mean, I watch a lot of stuff, guys. I keep up with a lot of the mixed martial arts, the combat sports, the pro wrestling, a little bit of everything. And as you guys already know, we try to cover a lot of that right here on the channel, but mainly wrestling. And by already knowing where we're at with this and what's going to happen, there's not much to be desired. Ronda is doing this to promote. It's cross-promoting. It's somehow Tony Khan thinks it's helping him in AEW. Ronda thinks it's helping her promote her fight, her match with Gina. I mean, that's great. I understand we're all in the business of making money. That is what this is all about. But at the end of the day, I don't think that it is the best way that they could have went about this, because now on top of it, you get the same story that we're going to get again. When she comes back, we have a story with Toni Storm, and okay, now we're going to keep that going. We're going to keep that moving. We're going to keep that on the rails and try to go full speed ahead. And what's going to happen is the same thing that always happens with Ronda. Now, let's just say for some reason, somehow Tony Khan is able to get a 3-year deal out of her. Let's say a 5-year deal, whatever it may be. You can put it 3, you can put it 5, you can put it wherever you want. Ronda's going to get the story with Tony, and this is how it's going to go. We're going to build that up, okay, over the course of a year, probably around the year mark. We're going to give you the world championship. And then after that, time will go on. Eventually, you'll no longer have the world championship, and we'll have to play into it. We'll have to play it out. Now, if Tony Khan was smart, you would have similar to a Brock Lesnar style run, because it literally would be, hey, this is a predetermined sport where people are getting hurt and they do take bumps. And yes, it is physical. It is a predetermined outcome. In the sport of UFC and MMA and boxing and combat, it is who is the best on that night is going to take the victory, is going to take the win. So with that being said, he could put the belt on Ronda and give her some crazy Roman Reigns run, some crazy Bruno Sammartino run, Hulk Hogan run. I mean, there's so much that they could do with it. But will they do that? I don't know. Because I don't think Ronda actually has the drawing power that they would like her to. And I think they would find that out very quickly. Then what happens is Ronda eventually loses the belt. And then Ronda goes into her little hissy fits and her little, I'm the best, I have to be the best. It's very simple. Look at UFC. Ronda Rousey on the run. Boom, head kick, dead. Leon Edwards. Big shout out to Leon Edwards. Big shout out to Kamaru Usman too, because Kamaru Usman doesn't get his credit sometimes. And Kamaru Usman, whether he took that head kick or not, was an amazing welterweight champion all the way up until that point. However, Leon Edwards, headshot, dead, head kick, dead. Holly Holm, boom, head kick, Ronda Rousey, bye-bye, new champion Holly Holm. Now, took a while for Ronda to get back, did some crying on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and probably went out to Epstein Island in the process of that, and who knows, maybe she got her life back that way. I kid, but either way, Ronda Rousey, crying on Ellen, comes back, faces what eventually would become, obviously, one of, if not the greatest women's combat sport fighter of all time, Amanda Nunes. And I think that's where it was all over again. You know, she took the loss there, and that was it. I don't want to build back. I'm Ronda Rousey. If I'm not in the main event, if I am not the champion, I don't work. I don't do whatever. You got into a fucking sport where you get your ass beat, and it's a win or a loss. There is no in between. You're lucky to catch a draw. You're lucky to catch a DQ, right? That's what you would want. But you're not going to get it here because it's not professional wrestling. So this is where, yet again, we go over to Ronda in WWE. She goes there. She was built into the top spot, got the top spot. Once she lost it, that was when everything went downhill. And then it was even worse because now it was, well, I'm not the top dog, but I still have my friends here. Oh, my friends got released. Oh, I got to go. And then I'm going to go on tirades and talk about wrestling fans and all this and that. And whether it's a work or a shoot or it's real or it's bullshit, it doesn't matter. She is absolutely just ridiculous in the way that she goes about things. She is consistently been a crybaby. She's sitting there talking about Dana White, TKO, all that. Listen, TKO, they're involved now in WWE and UFC. So when you went to Dana and said, oh, Dana, I want to have this fight that should have happened 15 years ago, but I really want it now because I know I can win. Can we do it? TKO is working with them. They said, why would we want you? We don't want you in WWE. We don't want you here. And it's not going to be a deal where, again, Ronda, we're not going to let you fight Gina in a cage, be a one-off, make $30 million, and you're out of here. No, you want to come back to the UFC? Yeah, you can fight Gina, but after that, you're going to fight 2-3 more times and probably get your ass beat. Because, I mean, realistically, I don't think Ronda has much for anybody in the division. Yes, is she still a submission specialist in a lot of ways? I'm sure she is, but what do you have for the new breed of this company? You probably don't. You really don't have much. Fighters have evolved. Like I say all the time, you look back at some of the pioneers. Chuck Liddell was one of the greatest light heavyweight fighters of his generation. I love Chuck Liddell. I wish I could see Chuck Liddell fighting right now, whooping ass and taking names. However, let's take Chuck Liddell at wherever people would say his prime was in 2005, 2006, somewhere in that area, right? Okay, well, if you say Chuck Liddell was in his prime in this year, okay, well, let's take that age Chuck Liddell and put him up against the number 10 light heavyweight right now. Let's put him up against the number 5 light heavyweight right now. Am I not saying that Chuck Liddell has a puncher's chance? He always would. He always will. But the evolution of the fighter has changed so much. And that's why it's the same thing with Ronda. The evolution that goes on around her, she somehow cannot keep up with. I don't think she's going to do... it's only going to go one of two ways. This fight with Gina goes one of two ways. You will see Ronda tap her out in the first round, or it goes the entire fight to decision. There's no other way about it. I'll guarantee you it. I'll guarantee. And that's unless we see a crazy third option, which would be she goes to attack Gina early in the fight and somehow Gina pulls it off and smokes her in the first round. But that's it. First round or decision. I don't see this going any other way. But I've been wrong before. A fight is a fight. Predicting that is not like predicting professional wrestling. So my point is, we've got this huge thing now. Okay, she could make appearances. She could show up. Will she? Won't she? Who knows? She's got something going on with Toni Storm. Who knows if that's going to even really play out? Mira Shafir, whatever. I get go. There's too much. Shafir, chauffeur. Like I said, who knows where we're at? But she's with her friend. We're going to see where this all plays out. Will she be with the Death Riders? Is she a tag team? Does she work with this one? Does she work? Who knows? We don't know what's going to happen, but we do know this. Anything from now until May 16th will be her yapping. La, 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 la. And I'll be honest, she really ain't even that good at that either. Did she talk well at the press conference with Gina, MVP Promotions, Netflix? Sure, she did a good job there. But Ronda's not what she used to be. And even people say it just looking at her. She doesn't look like she used to. Now, I understand people have children. These women, when they have kids, things change. Bodies change. It's not going to stay the same. It's the circle of life. And I'm not downing anybody for that. But she's at a point now where she should have done this many, many years ago. And unfortunately, she spent a lot of time in professional wrestling, and I don't think it was really all that beneficial for her. Yes, in some ways, I'm sure it was great. I'm sure, she did a lot of big things. I mean, of course, you became the champion. You became a double champion, I think. I think she was, if I remember correctly, I think she held the SmackDown and the Raw Women's Championship, if I'm correct. I know she also held the tag team gold, I believe, as well. It's not that she can't be a draw. It's not that she can't be something. The problem is she can't be what she thinks she is, and in turn, she will then leave. And that is what Tony Khan is going to face. So, mark my words, you will see Ronda either one of two things. She's going to do exactly what she did in WWE, take her ball and go home and cry, or she will intentionally stick it out to make it as if WWE and TKO is the problem. But we'll see this all play out. We're going to see this all happen. Of course, it's going to be what it's going to be. I would love nothing more than for her to not get that treatment and not be shown off as if she is some big star in professional wrestling. I don't really think she deserves it. But with all that being said, with everything that I've just talked about, that's where we're at. Ronda's in AEW. She can't do anything until after the Gina fight, which is May 16th or 17th. So all of from now till then is going to be yapping and talking, nothing going on. She might give somebody a bump. She's not going to take any bumps. And after it's all said and done, now we've got the summer to play it out, and I would be shocked if anything is still coming of that by the new year. Literally, the end of May, she wraps up with Gina. June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That gives us 7 months. And I don't even think she's going to do anything with it. So we'll see what happens. We will see if she actually does something different, if she can maybe be more of a team player and realize that it's not just about her. And when those moments change and she's written out of a story, written into a story, whatever it may be, Who knows? Maybe we'll see something change with her. Maybe her attitude will change. But I genuinely don't think she's great for professional wrestling. I don't think she's really doing a whole lot. This whole MVP Netflix thing is just a cash grab because this thing with Gina Carano is 15 years past where it should be. And I say that for both athletes, not just for Ronda. But, 15 years too late, and MVP and Netflix and that whole deal. I mean, yes, they make some good fights. They have some good stuff that's going on, but realistically, it's all cash grab. It's all, it's nostalgia. It's whatever. We love it. We live off of it. But at the end of the day, really, what is it? So that's where I'm at, guys. It's been another episode of Let's Talk About It right here on Matt's Wrestling Collectibles. You already know the deal. If you haven't already, get over to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell icon if you want to see and hear from me each and every single day, because we're dropping videos every single day. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about Ronda Rousey, Tony Storm, Tony Khan, all the Tonys, AEW, WWE, TKO, everything under the sun. Let me know in the comments below exactly how you feel about it. And I am going to go and try and enjoy some of the sun that's out here that's blinded me just a little bit. I should have brought the shades out for this one, but I'm going to try to enjoy this day a little bit. I hope you guys are enjoying your day wherever you may be, and I'm going to go catch up on TNA Sacrifice as well as SmackDown from last night. So we're going to go and do that, and then we might have some more Let's Talk About It from there. So as always, guys, stay safe, stay tuned, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, let's talk about it.